Our first place Abe Lincoln Scholarship recipient represents the true spirit and heart of Abe Lincoln. She has tenacity. She is an advocate both for herself and for others. She has the courage to take on the establishment and to change laws when they need to be changed. Our recipient describes her early childhood as doctor appointments and sitting in waiting rooms with her mom, being poked and prodded by doctors and having constant blood draws. Although she had a variety of medical abnormalities, the most prominent was her hearing loss. At age 4, she lost part of her hearing. By the time she was 12, she was diagnosed with Meniere's disease. Meniere's disease is described by the Mayo Clinic as a disorder of the inner ear that can lead to dizzy spells or vertigo, hearing loss, and ringing in the ear or tinnitus. Tinnitus is described by the Mayo Clinic as the perception of a ringing, buzzing, roaring, whistling, or hissing sound in the ear. Our recipient described the impact of her Meniere's disease on her as a profound hearing loss in her right ear and moderate loss in her left ear. She describes her world as being very quiet, but not silent, as the ringing was always there to keep her company in her quiet world. But her health condition did not stop her. It only made her stronger and more determined. She learned at a young age to lip read. She used her eyes to compensate for the job her ears were unable to do. She was constantly processing sentences, but this daily process required her to be alert at all times. She had to pay attention and lip read both her teachers and her peers. She had to replicate facial expressions when talking to people. The result was that she had to take daily naps when she arrived home from school exhausted. In addition to the Meniere's disease, she was diagnosed with chronic migraine syndrome and vertigo. Her physical symptoms made it difficult for her to make friends. She began struggling socially as well as academically. When she was required to do group work in school, she struggled. She could not hear her classmates and found advocating for herself to be disconcerting. Many of her peers perceived her as dumb or ignorant, since she could not hear what was going on and appeared to be clueless to her classmates. Even with these obstacles, she took AP classes such as AP Language and Composition, AP Psychology, AP Literature and Honors Level Mathematics, and she excelled. Her cumulative GPA is 3.767, and she will receive an academic honors diploma. Other academic honors and awards include the National Honor Society, Government in Action, Emily Lips Educational Scholarship, Silver Key in Scholastic Art and Writing, Student of the Month in the Religion Department. Even with all of this, she wanted to achieve more. She decided that she wanted to attend the Indiana School for the Deaf. She was informed, however, that this would not be academically challenging, and in any event, a law in Indiana would prevent her from attending the Indiana School for the Deaf and her regular high school. Our recipient would not accept no for an answer, however. She developed a plan where she would split her school day and would take her core courses at her regular high school with challenging AP classes and would take her elective courses at the Indiana School for the Deaf. There, she would immerse herself in the deaf culture and develop social interaction with deaf classmates. With the help of her family and her high school principal, she was able to get House Bill 1420 written that would allow our recipient and others to attend the Indiana School for the Deaf or the Indiana School for the Blind, as well as the regular high school of their choice. In order to achieve this result, our recipient would testify in front of the Indiana House of Representatives and the Senate. She exhibited composure and fortitude in explaining to the House of Representatives how House Bill 1420 would help her and others who had similar struggles and wanted to achieve their goals. House Bill 1420 did pass and opened the way for this and other students to split their day in schools between a traditional high school and one for the deaf and blind students. But while she was attending not only these two schools, our recipient also worked. She worked anywhere from 15 to 25 hours per week as a sales associate and/or detailing cars. Her extracurricular activities included founder and co-leader of the American Sign Language Club and participant in the academic team at the Indiana School for the Deaf as well. Our recipient describes herself as living in two worlds, but notes that this has given her a kaleidoscope of perspectives. She is able to empathize with others who experience different medical abnormalities, and she wants to change society's negative perception of people with mental, physical, and psychological conditions. She has already changed the educational system, and she wants to do more with her life. Her educational goals include becoming a neurologist and American Sign Language interpreter. She notes that there are not many deaf doctors, and she wants to use her American Sign Language skills as she works with patients. She has been accepted at Michigan State University, and she's also applied at Yale and Johns Hopkins University. Ladies and gentlemen, our recipient has left a lasting can-do impression with our committee. That is why the 2020 Abe Lincoln First Place $16,000 award is awarded to Paige Moore of Roncalli High School.
So I'm a little curious. When it was said you detail cars, what does that mean?
So I work at, I work at Hublot Chevrolet, and so I clean like all the...
Before she answers her question, which I think is really cool, can you come up? Because I think for those, come on up. Yeah, I want you to be part of the discussion because, right, it's a team effort. You sit, I'll stand. Yeah, you sit right there. I'll go out there. They don't, well, I'll stand next to you, right? So let's start it over again. Hold on. Yes. I like this. ¿Usted habla español, señor? So my favorite part of doing this kind of gig is I do a number of them, and the folks that sign rarely speak español. Y así me da mucho tiempo para hablar con ellos. And then they stop, like, what's going on? I laugh at them. They don't laugh at me, but it's okay. Can you ask her that in her resume, she details cars? What?
Yeah, so I work at Hublot Chevrolet, and so I just basically clean out the inside of cars. We don't do like customer service cars, we just do the ones that we sell. So if anyone wants to buy a car, I probably have detailed it.
So on a beautiful, sunny, warm February in Indiana, when you drive by the Capitol and you look at that rotunda, do you say, I passed the bill? Wow.
Yeah, actually the other day I was walking downtown, I was like, that building looks familiar, it's the state capitol. My mom and I had testified there, and I was just like, yeah, I remember testifying there and passing a bill. And just being able to see for the first time how the government system works and just how bills get passed, and just learning about how that works and being like, I did something. I was able to step my foot in that door and make a difference, make a change, even if it only affected a small community. I'm so proud that I was able to have that opportunity to do that.
So then how do you spell success? You have so much more to do. What does that look like for you? You mentioned just a moment ago that you think you've only helped a small group of people, but in reality, you've helped a whole lot of people that you may never meet. And so I think the ripple effect of what you've done not only empowers those people that you don't know or that you may know, but I think it also gives people in this room courage to say, well, if she can go and stand up there and talk to the Speaker of the House or the legislator, I'm 35, I could do that too.
I think success can be spelled in very many ways. I think the most important way is it doesn't have to be a giant change. it doesn't have to change the world or anything. Even if you can change just one person's life or one person's world, I think that's success. But to me, success is success in sign language, because it's visual, so it's a success. That's another way of how I see success, but basically just changing the world and how you see it, changing one person's life, whether that's just kind of smiling at a stranger who you can tell is struggling, or telling someone you can do it, you can get through this. Success.
Paige Moore, thank you so much. You and all the other students, young people in this room, are a success. And for that, we're very thankful on this day. And Paige, who is this person that is translating for you today? Sir, are you allowed to speak to me or no?
Technically, no.
I know, you broke the rules, yeah. But tell us who you are, because it's awesome what you do.
My name is Andy Rourke, and I'm from Luna Language Services.
Thank you so much. It's always good to hear folks. Eso es todo, gracias. That's all, thank you. Thank you so much.